Hi everyone. We're going to be getting ready to make a gratitude journal, a happy journal, a journal that will make you happy, or a gift for someone who, would like something to cheer them up. So the first thing when you're going to start your junk journal, is to decide what size you want to make your journal. So you have to decide what paper size. So there are three common sizes, as you can see. You know, the standard copy paper size, like this paper here, you fold it in half and your journal pages will be 5.5 by 8. You can cut your paper to 7 by 10 and your journal pages will be 5 by 7, or cut them 6 by 8 and you will get a 4 by 6 journal. And of course we're dealing with a junk journal, so there are always exceptions. So be ready for that. So I decided, I was looking through my stash and I found some papers. I had coffee stained and I had just didn't use them in the journals and they had been packed away. So here are some papers I have right here. Now this is a page from a book, you know how they have that white copy, and this has been naturally aged, this page that you see there. So I have this. Here's some scrapbook paper that I coffee stained. It's that thin kind, it's not cardstock. Here's another page, and so I had some of this. This is like a accountant page that's been coffee stained. This was graph paper, and when I coffee stained it, the lines disappeared. This is some typing paper, and you notice it's kind of a pink because it was coffee stained pink. And here's a card. I love to use cards. I pick them up at my favorite thrift store and I put them in there, and as you can see it becomes a page. And here is another page. It looks like a very thin drawing newspaper kind of print paper. So this is the beginning of my signature. There's only about 8 pages, and you notice they're all folded in half. That means if there's 8 pages, I usually suggest that you make your signature, and the signature is this group of papers, anywhere from 10 to 15 pages. I usually like 12 or 15 pages. So for 12, I probably need to add 4 pages. So as you look at this, you can decide whether you want all your pages to be the same size. So some of my journals, all the pages are the same. If you look at this journal, all the pages are the same. And you're observing there that I did some punching. Yes, please do your punching after you coffee stain, not before. So you can have all your pages the same size, or like in this journal, you can have many different sizes of pages, and it just adds to the fun, the interest. And of course I'm looking for my, here they are. Here you'll see some pages. Here you see some small, and then they don't all have to be the same. So it just adds some fun, some interest to it. So they don't even all have to be square. And as you're watching this, you're seeing some papers are coffee stained and some are not. There are many videos on how to coffee stain. And one of the things, sometimes people coffee stain, tea stain, vegetable stain. I use food coloring. I love pink. And sometimes I will mix, there you see the pink. And sometimes I'm fortunate, I get some pink and coffee mixed together, which make it really kind of pretty. You can kind of see it there. So you can use pink, you can use Kool-Aid, whatever, interests you. And another technique, and I'm going to be recommending a video that you watch where this person describes her technique, which it is not just dipping the paper in a pan. This, if you follow her technique, and she bakes her papers at 325 for about a couple of minutes, put a doily on top of it, and as it dries or cooks, you get this wonderful doily shading. So you can experiment with that. So as you look at this, you decide. I've done some journals where I did not do any coffee staining. Sometimes I like to mix my papers, coffee stained, not coffee stained. This journal is kind of fun because you will see blue. You will see some pages are coffee stained, some are left alone. And so you just kind of do whatever makes you happy. All papers do not absorb the coffee the same. Some really absorb it and some do not. So you get to make these decisions. And if these are too many decisions, just pick one and go for it. Now, as you're getting your paper, as I said, junk journals, look, there's always an exception. This is an example. This is about a 4 by 6, maybe a little bit larger. And you notice this flap right here. Well, I could cut it, use my paper cutter and cut it evenly, or I can fold it over. This becomes a flap where I can decorate and write there, or I can glue it down and it becomes a side-loading pocket. So you can do that. I wouldn't say do it to all your papers, but a few here and there. That's a nice touch. You can use notebook paper. I have even used some very thin paper that I get from, like reports, and that will work. And you can decide what paper you want to use. So I have a wide variety of paper. These do not fit either of the sizes that I gave you here. These are just a pile of papers that I had left over after cutting. They're probably 5 by 4. And so what I am deciding whether to dye them or not. But if you have a small group of paper, it can be any size. You are the judge of that. So as you look at this, make some decisions, get your papers together, fold them in half. You can coffee stain them, you can have them plain. In any case, I will see you later after you've made that decision. Thank you for watching.